Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Lambert, editor for the LVN newsletter. And this month we are shining the spotlight on LVN member Shanna Davidson. So, Shanna is the deputy chief of legal operations at Barnes and Thornburg LLP. Shanna, thank you very much for talking with me today.
Thanks for the invitation, Greg. I'm excited for this conversation today.
Me too. Me too. So, uh, with your role there at Barnes and Thornburg, someone you have a firm wide view of the legal operations there. And so, what are you seeing as the most critical factor for driving, the sustainable change at law firms? And I think it also how do you connect that to this current industry focus on resourcefulness as well?
Yeah, it's a great question. Driving change in legal operations really requires a combination of innovative thinking, strong leadership support, and this commitment to continuous improvement. So, from my perspective, I think the most critical factor is really fostering a culture of adaptability, ensuring that your processes and your technology and really the mindset of individuals in the firm is this response to changing client needs and market dynamics. This morning I was actually thinking about this. The old motto used to be if it isn't broken, don't fix it. But
Yeah.
in today's environment, the real question is really about, does the processes that you're doing make sense for the business that you're running today? Do you have the right people in the right seats? Are there tasks that could be automated or streamlined to free up capacity? It's really this, if you're standing still, sometimes that can be more riskier than change itself. So I think this really ties into the industry focus on resourcefulness, really with this pressure to deliver more at lower cost,
Yeah.
leveraging the resources, talent, technology, data, everything just being more efficient. And so I really think that resourcefulness isn't just about what we have, it's finding new ways to maximize that impact and stay ahead of the competition.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let me shift gears a little bit and let's talk about your involvement at LVN. So you are involved in lots of LVN committees, multiple ones, and next year you are now the co-chair elect for next year's LVNX. So let's talk about these roles and how they're interconnected. So what kind of key insights are you gathering from this year's conference that is planning or morphing or shaping your vision for the 2026 conference?
Yeah, so I just want to start by saying I love LVN. So I joined this community back during the P3 days. And then I've always been part of some sort of volunteer capacity. And so I was honored to be selected as the co chair elect for the 2026 conference. And, last year, the theme for LVNX 2024 was LVNX Creates. And this year, the co-chairs, Aaron and Esther, we really wanted to build on that. And so we theme this year is LVNX Elevates. And so we have a lot of targeted programming, interactive workshops, and expanded network opportunities to really just elevate all members by deepening their knowledge, advancing their skills, and strengthening their professional relationships across this amazing community. And we're just really excited about the programming and the networking opportunities that we've put in place this year for this year's conference.
For legal ops professionals like yourself who are attending this year's LVNX, what do you think will be the most valuable thing about the sessions on things like cross-functional collaboration and also like the Women's Initiative Network, the WIN, in helping a more inclusive and actionable conference experience for them?
Yeah, so from my perspective as a legal ops professional, I'm really looking for those sessions, the cross-functional collaboration sessions that are focused on this growing need that bridges the gap between legal, pricing, finance, technology, and then, just business teams. And how do you really focus on the client's journey throughout the firm, a lot of times what we see is that those individual departments are sometimes siloed, and it's like, really, how do you share best practices and processes across the different departments inside of a law firm to deliver exceptional service to our clients? And then the women's initiative, this year we've introduced a lot of great new things. So Golden Resources is actually going to be on site at the conference offering coaching sessions and then helping people navigate challenges and career crossroads. And then on Friday, there's a concurrent women's initiative session, just like helping women identify their sense of belonging and learning practical tools and tips to expand their network. And then this year, we've also introduced that we're gonna have, I guess you call it a stroll on the river walk, uh, for people to feel empowered and just come and, feel healthy and just network outside of normal networking opportunities.
Yeah, yeah. Chicago in September I can't think of a better place to stroll on the river.
Yeah.
So, well, let's wrap this up on a lighter note. When you're not busy, steering the legal operations there at Barnes Thornburg or involved in all the LVN initiatives that you're doing, what activities like truly recharge and inspire you?
Yeah, so I have an almost three-year-old at home, so not getting a lot of recharge time
I
these
was going to
days.
say that doesn't sound like a recharge, but I
No,
understand.
but in all seriousness, so my husband and I love traveling, especially world travel. We're always looking for new places to experience new cultures, and we love cafe culture, and we also love history. So we're just always looking for new places to visit. A lot of times we're going to places that are not traditional, like places that people would go.
Right. Well, name one of those places. Where have you gone that you really love that's kinda off the beaten path?
So one of our favorite countries is actually Slovenia.
Oh,
We love Eastern European countries because they're not as well traveled as some of the Western countries, but
right.
we just loved Ljubljana and everything that there is to do in Slovenia. So I highly recommend it if people are looking for a new place to go.
Yeah, and traveling with a three-year-old, that sounds like fun.
Yes. Um, Sometimes we go without him, but yeah, but just my brain is such a process brain, and so I actually this last year joined a puzzle competition series with my family, and so we compete in puzzle competitions, and it's pretty wild, but I just love it so much.
Well, that sounds like fun. Well, Shanna Davidson, Deputy Chief of Legal Operations at Barnes& and Thornburg LLP, thank you very much for letting us, shine the LVN member spotlight on you this month. Appreciate it.
Thank you.